Welcome to AI Verdict. Today, we're diving into a pretty wild claim. Can you actually use free AI to clone any website you want? And I don't just mean making it look the same. I'm talking about the whole shebang, the visuals, the backend, everything that makes it work. Let's find out. So here's the big question, right? It almost sounds too good to be true. Could you actually replicate a professional online store from the ground up without typing a single line of code yourself? Well, that's exactly what we're here to figure out. So we're putting this to a real-world test. And we're not picking some simple little blog. No, our target is the official Mr. Beast store. Our mission? To see if we can rebuild it using only AI tools that are 100% free. This isn't just a theory. We're going to walk through the exact steps. Okay, before we jump in, let's quickly get on the same page about what a website even is. Just think of it like an iceberg. The part you see, the design, the buttons, all the cool visuals, that's the front end. But the real work, the brains of the operation, is hidden under the water. That's the back end. It's the engine room that manages all the data and makes stuff actually work. And today, we're cloning both. All right, first things first. Every experiment needs a proper lab setup. So we've got to install the basic environment on our computer that's going to let our AI tools actually run and build this thing. To get this party started, we only need two pieces of free software. First up is NodeJS. Think of it as the digital playground our AI coder needs to do its job. Second is a tool called XAMPP, which is pretty clever. It turns your own computer into a mini server. This lets us build and test the website's backend in private before anyone else ever sees it. And this is the star of the show, OpenCode. It's a free, open-source AI that basically works like a programmer for hire that lives in your computer. You just tell it what you want in plain English, and it spits out the code. This is a tool that's going to do all the heavy lifting for us. You know, getting OpenCode up and running is surprisingly simple. You just make a new folder for your project, pop open a command prompt right there, and paste in one little install command from their website. After that, you just type OpenCode, and poof, the AI is ready to go. Okay, our digital lab is all prepped. It is time for the first major test. Can our AI actually look at the Mr. Beast store and clone the entire visual design from just one simple command? Let's see. And here it is. This is the exact prompt we feed the AI. Seriously, no complex coding jargon, no long list of instructions, just a simple sentence saying, hey, I want a copy of this website and make sure it looks similar. We just paste in the URL and let it rip. Now, what's really smart is the AI doesn't just start coding like a maniac. It has this clever two-step process. First, it goes into plan mode and basically outlines what it's going to do. Once we say, yep, looks good, it switches over to build mode and starts writing the real code that creates the website's design. And this is where it gets a little crazy. Check out the time. In just under 9 minutes, the AI wrote all the code for the front end. And the result? A shockingly accurate visual clone of the Mr. Beast store's homepage, sitting right there on our computer. So, the visual clone was a huge success. But right now, it's just a pretty face, you know? It can't actually do anything. To make it a real functional store, we've got to build its brain, the backend admin panel that's going to manage all the products. Yeah, building a backend is a lot more complicated than just a visual layout. So instead of a simple one-liner, our strategy gets a little clever here. We're actually going to use one AI to help another. We'll use ChatGPT to write a super detailed, professional-level prompt for OpenCode to follow. The prompt we get from ChatGPT is basically a super detailed blueprint. We tell our AI to act like a senior developer, to use specific technologies like PHP in a MySQL database, and, this is key, we tell it to pause and ask for our permission before it takes each major step. This gives us total control. So after we feed that master prompt into OpenCode, the magic starts. And just like we asked, it builds the backend in chunks. It'll finish a task, then pause and ask, ready for step 2? We just type yes and it moves on. It keeps us in the loop the entire time. So we have a front end, we have a back end. Now comes the part that gives even human developers headaches, connecting them together and fixing all the little bugs that are bound to show up. Our new admin panel needs somewhere to store all the product info, and that's where a database comes in. Setting it up is just 3 quick steps. We start our little local server, create a new empty database, And then we import a special file the AI already made for us, which automatically builds the whole structure for our data. And here we go. Moment of truth. We try to open our brand new admin panel and wham, a big, ugly error message. Now look, this is completely normal in development, but the real question is, how do you fix code that you didn't even write? Okay, this is the part that honestly feels like cheating. It's incredible. Instead of frantically Googling the error, you just copy the entire error message, paste it right back into the AI, and hit enter. The AI literally analyzes its own mistake and then rewrites the code to fix it. It's self-correcting. So after a few rounds of that AI-powered debugging, our admin panel actually works. We can log in, add new products, everything. But there's one last problem. Our beautiful homepage is still just a static file. It has no idea the backend even exists, so none of our new products are showing up. And the fix, once again, is a surprisingly simple command. We give the AI one final instruction: take our homepage and make it dynamic. Connect it to the database we just built. This is the final piece of the puzzle. The AI works on that for another few minutes, and just like that, it's done. The front end and the back end are talking to each other. The clone is complete. So after all of that, what's the final verdict? Did our experiment actually succeed? So let's break it down. The pros are massive. It is incredibly fast, you don't have to write a single line of code yourself, and it's all done with free tools. But it's not perfect. There are cons. You do have to do a little bit of technical setup at the beginning, and you absolutely have to play the role of manager, guiding the AI through debugging its own errors. It is not a simple one-click solution. So, the AI verdict is in. Yes, it is absolutely possible to clone a fully functional website using free AI tools. It's not a totally hands-off process, you have to be the project manager, but the AI does all the actual heavy lifting. And that leaves us with a pretty massive question. When creating a website becomes this easy, what in the world is next for the future of web design and development?